Hi guys, and welcome back to the cave. So, episode 2, or more specifically, episode 2.1, because this is going to be a two-parter. In this part, we're going to take the carbs off the bike. They are a bit shoddy as well, so hopefully we'll be able to do something with them. Clean the carbs, put them back together, not surprisingly, get them back on the bike, and that's going to put us in a position where, once I've serviced the bike, we can try to get the bike to run, and that will be episode 2.2. Again, a very critical part of the build. If the bike does run, super. If not, we're going to have to rethink how the project's going to unfold. Still go ahead with the project, I believe, in terms of the bike build, and then we'll have to just sort of work something out with the engine. It could be about anchor. The people I got it from told me it was a runner. Yeah, a defined runner. But, let's not be too pessimistic till we get into it. So, let's get into this video first. Let's pull those bad boy carbs apart and see what we've got and see what we can fix. So, as I said earlier, it's not going to be a tutorial. Anybody who does want us to have a look a bit more in depth, there is on our YouTube channel, a couple of times where we've rebuilt carbs on a KZ750 and also on a Triumph Bonneville. So all I'm going to do is really pull this apart, clean the parts, internal and external. We are then going to end up putting them in the ultrasonic cleaner. So let's just get on with it. What I like to do is keep the parts on each carb separate. I don't know how well it's showing up on here. There's just a couple of containers where we keep in the physical parts. Oh, there comes the old petrol. Oh, that stinks, man. That really does stink. Okay, it's safe to say nobody's been in these cabs for some while, probably never since we've left the factory. Be interesting to see what jet size is in as well. If there's been any attempt to get it up for the pod filters. Well, that's in pretty good condition if this bike's been stood a while, like they say, which I think it has. That's in pretty good condition. It's probably still on old fuel. When I say old fuel, I mean non-e-fuel. Right, let's start getting some of the giblets out first. If we can. Right, good. Okay, almost stuck with the edge. There's the float needle. So how's that feeling like? It's springy. Again, while the camera will pick that up, that should. That's remarkably good. So good so far. What I'll do with the floats as well, I can't really show it. I'll find a jar that's big enough for a container and we'll actually see if they do float and make sure they're not leaking anywhere. But quick inspection of that, yeah, it's pretty good. But we'll reveal later. Good. These are actually, I know people often say these are Phillips screws, crosser screws. They're actually not. They're actually JIS, J-I-S screws. I always actually laugh when I say JIS, but Japanese Industrial Standard, I think it stands for. And this is why you see on a lot of Japanese bikes were saying is mashed up screws because people have used Phillips head screwdrivers and it's not the correct screwdriver. Right, I'll carry on pulling this bad boy apart. I won't film it out and I'll rush through it. It just becomes boring. Becomes boring for you guys watching me just take bits off. So we'll come back to it when we're a little bit further down the pull apart. So plenty of carb giblets. So if I can remember, I'll put everything back together. Check the diaphragms; they all seem fine. I've got the jets, pilot main jets, soaking away in carb cleaner. I'm now going to put the main body or put main bodies into the ultrasonic cleaner and give them a good old boil. Hopefully we'll pick up a little bit of sound, but the ultrasonic for some reason can sometimes monkey around with their remote mics. But you get the idea of what's going on, and we'll leave them to cook for 30 minutes or so. So lots of nice and shiny clean bits, clean giblets, clean carb inners. It'd have been nice to perhaps have had the carbs vapor blaster to give the outside a bit of a tickle, because there is a fair amount of corrosion, but not sure where that would go within the budget really. But hey ho, let's see if we can nail these things back together. Catch you very shortly. So, well, having watched that part, carbs are back on the bike, looking an awful lot better, but of course looks don't mean to say they're going to run properly, but I'm kind of confident. And when I was putting the carbs back on, when I was taking them off, I noticed the carb intake rubbers were shot. They'd been tried to be glued together. And in fact, there was no gasket on the mating surface, which seems a bit odd. It basically looked like Evo stick glue to hold them in place. Anyway, obviously ditched those. New gaskets. It cost £11.50 for the pair, including the gaskets. It's just not worth messing about trying to fix something that's way beyond fixable. The other thing we did was sort out the throttle action. Remember on the previous video, it was really stiff. Obviously, cleaning the carbs has helped that, but we also put a new cable on. Well, when I say new, it's one we had hanging around in the shed from a DT400 project. Right length, right fitting, so it's gone on this bike. Not brand new, but more new than the one that we've taken off. Also, put together a new twist grip mechanism, I suppose you'd have to call it, or unit, made up of various giblets we had put away. They look to be, maybe the one we took off the bike, it looked to be something of an old British bike. I would say Triumph, because that's where the bits have come from. And it's fine, it works, which is a good thing. That's all it needs to do. Yeah, and the action of it now is super smooth. It snaps back quicker than a Yorkshireman's wallet, which that's a good thing. Again, until we get the bike up and running, we don't know how well we've done there or not, but it's looking good, I think. Well, that's about it for this episode. So, will the Tade run? We'll find out in the next episode. Will the Tade run, or is it just simply a floater? A quick engine service, as I think I mentioned, and then we'll try and run this bad boy. So, catch you in the next video, episode 2.2. Make or break time in some ways for the project, but fingers crossed, and see you guys real soon. Bye for now.
Why do we always come here? I guess we'll never know. It's like a kind of torture to have to watch the show.